So it's finally time. It is finally time for us to say goodbye to Jodie Whittaker, Dr. Karen, in tonight's episode, final episode, tonight's special of Doctor Who. And with that, we get to watch the witch burn. Because, mind you, the series was starting to tick down even with Capaldi, but at least with Capaldi, it felt Doctor Who-y. It felt like the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker and all of Chris Chibnall's run has been nothing but left-wing ideology, social justice activism, and just mind melt. So much so that I saw parts of her beginning, but I didn't see all of it because when I was watching the show, and I know several things that happened in Whittaker, and I've caught up, and I really don't want to watch it ever again. But when I was watching Doctor Who, I was still on episode. I think I got done with the first season of Capaldi. And I liked it, and then it fell off Netflix. Could never get BBC America to properly work for me, so I just didn't watch it after. Just didn't continue watching it. Saw some of Jodie Whittaker's run and was not impressed and didn't like it. But the show has tanked significantly. It has become a farce of what it once was. And you know, I've been saying this now. Shooty, I think is his name, who will be our new Doctor. His run could be amazing. Doesn't change the fact that Jodie Whittaker's run has completely destroyed everything. Timeless Child has completely rewrote the entire timeline, and I do not see Russell T Davies actually fixing anything. I see it just being more of the same because of the BBC. But I found this article. Jodie Whittaker says her final Doctor Who episode is a massive roller coaster. Yeah, because it's going to be a roller coaster that everybody's more excited for the end. To just watch your time end so they can put the show to rest where it needs to be now. Because you, along with Chris Chibnall and all your cohorts and all the people at the BBC, have single-handedly, through 3 seasons, destroyed a once spectacular IP. I don't even want to call it a franchise. It's Doctor Who is Doctor Who. When I was introduced to it in 2015, I was like, why have I never watched this before? And went back to the very beginning with black and white, and I worked my way forward. It's been a while. I want to do it again, but at the same time, it feels like it's hollow. Even though personally, Tennant is the best Doctor, I personally like Matt Smith the most, but that's me. But let's get into it. Jodie Whittaker says Doctor Who fans will feel like they've ridden a massive roller coaster after watching The Power of the Doctor, her final episode of the sci-fi time travel show, which premieres Sunday, today when you're watching this. The series, part of the BBC's Century Celebration, co-star Mandip Gill as Yaz and John Bishop as Dan, and the episode finds Whittaker's 13th Doctor, Dr. Karen, regenerating into a new version of the iconic character played by Ncuti Gatwa, who, well, let's just say Russell T Davies had fun with him. Bloody hell, said Whittaker when EW sat down with her and Gill in London and asked the pair to tease the episode. It ticks a lot of boxes. Yeah, this whole show has ticked nothing but boxes. Boxes, no story. boxes, no story. Boxes desecrating an actual timeline historical event here in America, but you know, it's feature length that in itself is amazing for us because it meant we had a real journey. God, reading it aloud just gives me a feeling of when Harry Styles was talking on the set, trying to hype up the movie Don't Worry Darling, and go like, it's a movie, but it feels like, you know, a real movie, a movie that's real. God, he actually said, I probably butchered the quote, but he said that. Harry Styles, genius, man, absolutely brilliant. Everybody, you know, he's smart, super smart, just like Jodie Whittaker. Anyways, back to this. Had a real journey. Obviously, it's a continuation of the story from previous episodes, but it also feels contained within this adventure. And the energy from start to finish, you feel like you've gone on a massive roller coaster. So are you going to explain why there's what's happening to the world? Because, I mean, there's no planets left in the world and you're protected by dog people. Oh, no. Don't explain what's actually happening. Just watch what's on screen. Don't explain anything. Just watch. The actress continued, I think it's got something for everybody. It is a celebration of everything that makes the show what it is. Cyberman, Master Daleks. Oh, is that all that you have? Oh, because you've butchered everything, so you have to just keep butchering. But also, if you've never seen it before, it's the biggest adventure of what the show is about. Well, if I haven't seen it before, then what am I stepping into? Oh, nothing? Crap? Okay, bye. It celebrates change, the challenges the Doctor goes through, the darkness and the lightness. What the hell does lightness mean? I hate this word because it feels wrong. It feels like this shouldn't be a word. I think it certainly delves deep into the psyche of the Doctor. But then, for me, as Jodie, it has the ending I knew was coming, but it still makes me sad to think about. I basically didn't tell you anything, but I told you loads of things. Yeah, you told me enough, basically, that confirm. I'm becoming more and more convinced on what the ending is. And I was talking to Jed. Shout out to Hollywood Scholar. Great man, great man. But, because a lot of my watching of Jodie Whittaker ended up becoming through reviews of the episodes, because I cannot stand her. Anyways, though, from talking with Jed, he basically laid out what's about to happen, and I already knew some of this, but basically the timeless child's gonna be cemented for all time. And you know that pregnant lady and her guy friend from that past special season? I don't know how everything happened throughout this last season. It's so confusing. Yeah, the pregnant lady, yeah, she's pregnant with the Doctor. And they're going to throw the Doctor through the portal and cement the timeless child as always happening. So Doctor Who's always going to be destroyed. But anyways, who cares? Who cares? Who cares what we loved? It's all dead. Everything's dead. The power of the Doctor will also reveal the return of Sacha Dhawan as the Doctor's arch enemy, the Master. I haven't seen much of the Master. I've heard of his stuff, and I'm just like, why? This is not my Master. He's such a treat to be around, said Gil. Sasha's one of my really closest mates, but I think just to watch him do his work and how much he experiments, it's so interesting, and he's not afraid to try something. He also has loads to do, added Whittaker. Whenever he's in it, he always has masses. What the hell does that mean? He always has masses? What? Chris Chibnall, who is never loved Doctor Who and just destroyed the franchise. Well, this IP, he destroyed it. Loves writing Sasha, and he has epic amounts of dialogue. 2 80s era cast members will also come back for the episode: Jeanette Fielding, who portrayed the Doctor's companion Tegan, and Sophia Aldred, who played another of the titular time traveler pals, Ace. Whittaker said she had a brilliant time working with the Who veterans, and Jama Redgrave, who plays the alien battling Kate Stewart, is also in our very first scene with them. Weirdly, they were on set with us, but it felt like we wanted to be accepted by them. Yeah, because you guys want to... You've done this over and over and over again. You want the past to accept what you've created, and the past is not accepting what you have created. That's why your show is tanking in audience, and that's why over in Britain, you know, people are several people. I don't know if it passed. I'm not up on British politics, but this is getting into it. The chances are the BBC is no longer going to be funded by taxes, essentially, and is going to become a private entity. So yeah, with you guys running out of potentially definitely losing viewers, but you losing your income sources, yeah, everything's dead in the water. So you want people to accept you, but it's not going to happen because nobody likes it. Remember, we were talking to them and asking them how it was and listening to their stories, added Gil. It was incredible, and what an honor that they wanted to be a part of it, said Whittaker. I love that the episode has all these beautiful homages to everything that makes Doctor Who what it is. Yeah, but you're not playing Doctor Who. You're playing some sort of disgusting abomination pretending to be Doctor Who. You killed Doctor Who, you cut off his face, you put it on yourself, and now you're saying, oh, look, I'm Doctor Who. While Whittaker and Gill saw most of the finished series, they have yet to watch the footage that introduces Gatwa's new Doctor. We haven't seen it because I think there's just too much risk sending it out, said Whittaker. Can you imagine if it leaked and it said Jodie Whittaker across the screen? The Power of the Doctor airs October 23rd. Watch the trailer for it below. Basically, they don't want it getting out because everybody knows the only thing they're watching this episode for is to watch Jodie regenerate and say, so long! Gatwa's gonna start and we're never gonna touch it again. There's no point. The only reason there's hype for this episode is to literally say goodbye to Jodie. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to say goodbye to Jodie. I'm never looking back. And then when I'm done watching it, I'm going to watch House of the Dragon season finale. And more than likely, House of the Dragon season finale is going to be 10 times better. But you know, it's trying to compare House of the Dragon isn't fantastic. I like it. But it's trying to compare, let's take Foon Psyche to a turd. But that's what this article is, and I just wanted to lay it out there. I'm gonna watch it. I'll do a special review of it for Monday, tomorrow, when you're watching this, along with my season review of House of the Dragon, to say, hey, do I stamp it and tell you guys to go ahead and watch it, or do I say, hey, pass? More than likely, I'm just gonna review this and say, bye-bye, and then farm some outrage for a little while. But other than that, who knows? But with that, guys, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share it out with your friends. And subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for every time I go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.